was there. Actually looked like Lance Stevenson got in.
Yeah, they are so good. Second chance points. Here is Hill. 22% is all that the Raptors are shooting from behind the arc this year, while Indiana's at 40%. And Weston in the post is Paul George. Has size on DeRozan and just lifts him up. Stop and go. And West on the baseline.
When you get these fast boards, you get to the free throw line. You know, this is a team that's really struggling from the field, but when you give them easy looks, they can find a way to get into the...
Just a field goal for Paul George in 4 tries. Missed the shot, got his own rebound, put it up and in.
Low post, they're getting great looks. I think Paul George pressed a little bit on that shot. Run some offense, get better looks.
And Johnson banks it in.
Race to the big man. Lance does it, and Roy finishes.
And there's Paul George. First half, it's a 10-zip start to this second half for the...
Yeah, at the end of that game.
David West, too strong. There's Paul George in the teeth of the defense. Ducks in. Paul got it.
Great job there. Look here, Paul George gets into the teeth of the defense. Valanciunas comes across, a little up fake, up and under. Great move by the all-star Paul George.
I think so did Hansbrough. Paul George inside.
And Paul's taking several shots from the perimeter at the beginning of this half. Makes the decision to put his head down and go to the rim. Finishes strong in the lane. Little brush screen there by David West. Gets Gay on his heels. Roy Hibbert blocks out Valanciunas. And Paul George does the rest.
Paul George may have had his own Q&A session at halftime. He doesn't need the coaches to tell him that. He was, I'm sure, disappointed with the way he played. He has a 12-point quarter, 17 now for Paul George against Landry Fields. Orlando Johnson, a nice shot play. And Paul George, the three! The extra pass. Paul gave it up to Orlando, and then Orlando got it right back to him.
The offense so much better for the Pacers there in the third quarter. Excellent ball movement. Great job of making the extra pass. And Paul George for the three. Pacers up 13
at first half. And by 2 at the half, as Rudy Gay had 22 in the first half. Paul George had just 5 at halftime. Count 17 in the third quarter, including the 3 to end the quarter. That reminds us of opening night against the Orlando Magic. George with a 17-point third quarter when Indiana outscored the Raptors 28-13. That's tonight's General Motors play of the game. Both these teams in the first 8 in the third quarter.
Well, I don't get to do my crow's keys to the game anymore, Chris, but if I could have, it would have been the matchup between Rudy Gay and Paul George. Clearly looked like Gay won that matchup in the first half, but Paul George made all the adjustments that he needed to, did a great job getting his teammates involved. Thought the decision-making really improved. Obviously knocked down some of the big shots, including that 3 at the end of the third that we just saw. But defensively, what he's done here on Gay in the second half has been huge.
He has started the year with 6 20-point games. He came in as the 4th leading scorer in the league at 26 points per game.